Okay, I'll be honest. I'm not really a fan of biopics, but we will see if this new film did hold my attention. So let's start the review of this new film right now. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel today for another review. Today, we're going to be reviewing the film Enfant Terrible, which is going to be in theaters in Vancouver and some other cities May 14th, Friday, May 14th, and then also will be on demand and on DVD June 15th. So, yes, this is a biopic, and I'm usually not a fan of them, especially if I don't even know who the biopic is about. But we had to kind of see what this film was about, see if I can learn something new about somebody, and ultimately what I thought about the film. But before I get into that, because this is a biopic about Rainer Fassbinder, who, if you're not familiar with, he is a filmmaker. He's done he was a theater director, a producer, a playwright, and an actor. He's done a bunch of things, dying at the young age of 36. So it's the biopic about him, which I'll come back into in a second. But I instantly got to start by saying with this film that I was super impressed by the cinematography. I thought it was absolutely beautiful. Really, really good. And like, because he's a filmmaker, like this felt like a theatrical stage play because of him filming stuff, which is obviously on the set, but to us it looks like a play. And obviously by his experience, he's used to that, so it just makes sense anyway. It was just really beautiful, like a high production theatrical stage play. At the same time, too, the beautiful use of colors, neon colors, really vivid colors, which also was paired with the different characters and their personalities. So like it really blended together really, really well. And I appreciated that. I always love the use of really vibrant colors. And when you add that alongside the vibrant characters, then it just works out really well. Not to mention, this film is super long. It's about about 2 hours and like 14 minutes. And I'm usually not a fan of anything over an hour and a half, like hour 40 max. Because you start thinking like, what could you have trimmed down to kind of make the viewer experience better? But yeah, it was very long. And then also this is spoken in its native language of German, which includes English subtitles. But going back to this and the person it's about, Rainer Fassbinder, again, who is a theater director, producer, playwright, actor, who died at the age of 36. He is billed as one of the most unconventional yet productive German filmmakers post-war era. Like, for 36 years old, he's put out a ton of projects. But at the same time, his personality, as I said, very abstract, because he has this really abusive nature around him, very erratic, and he's just simply filled with self-destruction, constant drug use and alcohol use, and he burns bridges left and right. And he also is very strategical into getting what he needs from people. But at the same time, too, this film really has you fully immersing in like a lot of different unorthodox things, very awkward, and weirdness, which also is very similar to his mind. You can kind of put, because he really thinks outside the box. He prides himself in doing things unconventionally, which in that case builds him as a genius. Most people who play by their own rules and find success are considered geniuses when they take this tactic. So the actor who plays him, Oliver Masucci, who was in that Netflix series Tribes of Europa, he does a fantastic job in his performance. Because I don't even know who Rainer is, but like the different level of emotions that he has to go through in his performance, whether he's chill, whether he's super angry. I mean, a parallel to his personality is like Freddie Mercury with the different levels of drug use at his time. Whether he's just like constantly grinding, doing work, very lovable, very friendly at times, or he's just completely burning bridges left and right, yelling at people, throwing things, all that. I mean, he's channeling that type of energy in his performance with really sporadic emotions, very extreme up and down the board. And he has to embrace that, and he did. Because, like, again, this character is very complex, and I think it takes a really good actor in order to be able to deliver that. And like whatever the emotion that he was going through, you absolutely felt it. But yeah, again, it was the cinematography very beautiful. Again, very vibrant characters and colors to match that with them. But ultimately, the film was just long, and I guess for a biopic, the idea is like, did I gain appreciation for the subject matter or the person at hand? And I really didn't. I know now, and I appreciate his work ethic for putting out a bunch of projects, but like just to see how he kind of treated people was kind of like, yeah, I couldn't work with nobody like that. So that's just my personal reaction to that. But overall, it's a complete body work as far as it being a film. I thought that it was just good, just very long. Probably could have been trimmed out at some place. Very beautiful, good performances. But this is definitely going to be one of those. Is this your niche, or are you familiar? Do you resonate with this actor to want to see the biopic? Were you a fan, or you're a fan of any of his projects? All those type of connections really going to aid your interest into wanting to go see this. And this is why I don't like biopics, is because if I don't know who the person is, it's automatically one barrier that I have to fight in order to kind of like, agree with the film. So, coming in as really unbiased as well and open-hearted, like it's the idea of like, I didn't know who this person was. I did learn some things. I learned a lot about his personality. That's not even a question. I didn't become a fan all of a sudden. But again, for the film structure, it's done really well. It really is. It's really a user preference here. If you're familiar with him, then I think that you would definitely go out your way to check this out. But if not, I just don't see where the connection comes from it. But at the same time, too, I have to mention that it is a 2020 Cannes Film Festival selection, and one of the biggest film festivals in the world. So that comes with a level of notoriety itself. So, again, if you are interested in learning about the life of Rainer Fassbinder, who is a very pivotal part in German filmmaking, then sure, check this out. Or if you're just looking for a new film and you're a fan of biopics, then check this out. But if you are not a fan of biopics and you do not know who he is, then it may not work for you. But I will say, if you do somehow stumble into this, definitely you are in store for a very beautifully shot film with great use of colors, very vibrant characters, just a little long. So it's the idea if it can keep your attention the entire time. So yeah, folks, that would do it. Enfant Terrible, which isn't a terrible film, will be releasing in Vancouver and other cities May 14th, and then will be on demand and on DVD June 15th. So folks, jump in the comments, let me know your thoughts about this film and you checking it out. And as always, folks, stay tuned because we got more movie reviews coming very soon. Thank you for watching. Big gold bell.